Greetings everyone, it's your boy the AntMAN here, back at you with another review. Dragon Ball Z was one of my very first anime, and when I first got into it at the age of 5, I was hooked, of course. So much so that when I had the first Budokai on my GameCube, you know I played the ever-loving hell out of it.
Dragon Ball Z. Dragon, rock the dragon, come again, here we go. Dragon, rock the dragon Ball Z. Dragon, rock the dragon, come again.
Dragon Ball Z Budokai is a fighting game that came out in 2002 and was developed by Dimps for the PS2 and Nintendo GameCube. This was one of the first tournament fighters I ever played, so of course it has to be really great, right? Well, let's find the answer as we go along, shall we? The game is split up into 4 separate modes: Story Mode, Duel, Practice, and World Tournament. Story Mode is probably my most favorite part of the entire game. I know I might be getting a little ahead of myself, but I do mean that. The game goes from the Saiyan Saga to the Cell Saga, which means yes, there is no Majin Buu unfortunately. The cinematics are nicely done, going through all of the major events that happen throughout the anime. From Goku teaming up with Piccolo to save Gohan from his brother Raditz, to Goku going Super Saiyan for the first time against Frieza, to Vegeta mastering Super Saiyan 2, etc. They really did take a lot of time to try and make these cutscenes just like the series, and you know what? They succeeded. I don't think any other Dragon Ball game has done this until Dragon Ball Z Kakarot for the Xbox One, which has more of an open world approach to it, but I'll speak more on that another time. The voice acting is really great too. This was around the time, I believe, when Funimation actually got past their Kickstarter phase and they grew more of their own identity instead of trying to copy the Ocean dub from Canada. Every saga and story mode has their own bonus what if episodes as well, and you play as the main villain of said saga, like Vegeta, Frieza, and Cell, which is something I also really love about this mode. Actually, it reminds me a lot of Super Dragon Ball Heroes, a spin-off that focuses on literally nothing but what-if scenarios. Inspiration, maybe? Either way, the story mode for this game is amazeballs. The World Tournament represents a sequence of battles in a tree-based tournament between 8 to 20 competitors. There are 3 difficulty variations: Novice, Adept, and Advanced, and each of them have to be completed first in order to unlock the next setting. Each one can be optionally customized by using a 7-slot skill tray. Players may choose up to 7 skills and assign them to a character. Some skills can take up multiple slots. Skills may be purchased from Mr. Popo with the prize money you've earned. It is a pretty good way to earn a lot of stuff for whatever character you choose, and if I were you, I'd do this as often as I could. Duel mode allows the players to fight with no restrictions in 2 versions of each character, which also makes way for a lot of cool alternate costumes. My favorite is probably the one for Captain Ginyu, where he's dressed up as Goku with the power pole on his back. Besides punch, kick, and guard moves, a Kai button can launch smaller balls as long as there is enough energy. If it gets connected with the end of a combo, a special move will be executed. There are 3 types of skills: special moves, which include skills such as the Kamehameha Wave and the ability to become Super Saiyan; physical, which includes such skills as the Zanko Fist; and equipment, which provide boosts such as increased defense. One can also purchase the Dragon Balls, and when the player has collected all of them, Oolong appears and summons Shenron, giving the player a choice of 3 breakthrough capsules. These allow a player to use all of a character's moves and abilities at once, which I must say is a pretty unique feature. Makes me wish more fighting games like this took more advantage on what they could do for using all power and abilities of a single character. The game's roster consists of 23 playable characters, including Goku, Piccolo, Gohan, Vegeta, Trunks, Ginyu, Frieza, Cell, Zarbon, Android 16, 17, and 18, you name it. This is a little more than enough for a game like this, but I think it's a nice enough roster. It's better than taking the route of Dragon Ball Final Bout, where they just repeated the same character in the roster as different transformations 3 or 4 times. I mean, seriously, why did we need more than one Goku? The graphics for the game are pretty good for the time. Some of the character models may look a little iffy, but that doesn't take away from the fact that the game has good energy in terms of the movement. The GameCube version took away some of the shading from the characters, I believe, from the PS2 version. And speaking as someone who grew up playing the GameCube version, I don't think this is really much of a drastic difference, to me at least. One more thing I believe I should bring up about the game is the soundtrack. If many of you aren't aware, longtime composer of the Dragon Ball series, Kenji Yamamoto, was found guilty in plagiarizing a lot of music for the entire Budokai series, and even before for the SNES games, which is why in the HD re-release that includes this and Budokai 3, all of the music has been changed. I'll be honest and say, while I think those tracks are okay, I must say the superior music has to go to the original release. The battle themes or the music in the cutscenes, all of it is just so good. They have so much life and awesomeness, which in my opinion is what Dragon Ball as a whole means to me. It perfectly captured that essence. And yeah, what Kenji did is not right, but the original music tracks kick a lot of ass, period. That about sums up Dragon Ball Z Budokai in a nutshell. From the awesome story experience to the fighting mechanics, not to mention the special moves you can achieve from the prize moolah you get, and of course, the music. This is a treat for all lovers of Dragon Ball and players who adore tournament fighters. This game is quite nostalgic for all of the reasons I just mentioned, and I don't think it'll ever go out of style. Not ever. So, if you're in the mood for fighting and epicness and storytelling, I recommend this game. Trust me, it's worth it. I give Dragon Ball Z Budokai a 10 out of 10. Thank you all so much for watching today's episode. Next time, we'll be moving around at the speed of sound with our favorite blue blur, along with colorful aliens that have gimmicky power-ups. What fun. Until then, here's your boy the Ant-Man signing off. Deuces, y'all!